Hey, how are you doing? I'm Antonia. I'm from Mayo and I'm heavily involved in creative works like cosplay, writing, and here I am today to tell you about why I chose the TEFL Institute. So, for a period before, I'm gonna say it, quarantine, especially if you're in Ireland, you know those exact moments when it was announced and stuff. I'd actually been following them on social media such as like Instagram. I was signed up to their email. I'd heard about it from friends beforehand, and I actually have friends who have visited China using this qualification, the 120-hour English online that you can complete. And, they got to travel. And I was like, you know what? I want to travel. I want to get out and about, but I also want to have job security when I go, especially if I'm going for an extended period of time. So having already followed them on social media, it was great because I was getting kind of a background to the people involved in the business, how they talked, how they spoke to their, potential customers, past customers, clients, if that's what you want to say. So when quarantine hit, I was fortunate to receive the email that said that they were going to be doing the one free course each week for the month of April, I believe. So I managed, because I'm cheeky like that, to snag the 30-hour advanced grammar and the 30-hour teaching online, which were the two that I was like super interested in gaining, at least as a taste tester before jumping into the 120-hour one, which I then went on to complete. And I have to say, it was not that it was super easy, but the information and stuff and how they provide it is incredible. It is easy to understand. You don't have to worry as like, am I going to go in and am I going to understand the conundrum that is the English language? Because we all know that the English language is not exactly a walk in a park. So to have that comfortably shown to me when I accessed the website was like, that moment where you like wipe the sweat from your brow and you're like, yeah, I can do this. But yeah, so when I started, once I purchased it and then I started perusing the website and realizing that everything is broken down into such, I wouldn't say bite size because that's an example that it's not bite size, but all the information is laid out in chapters. You go through the modules one by one and everything kind of falls into place as you go, and you're not left feeling confused or like, why is this in here? Everything's just, it follows a flow and the flow works well. And accompanying that is videos that really aid you to understand what you're looking for, because you're like, making a lesson plan? Yeah, I can do that. And then you see the information, you're like, oh, so the timing is super important. Or, just managing your classroom. Like these little things that you might not think about until you're actually in a class and there's like 15 kids running around and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? The TEFL Institute 120-hour course, it completely follows that, gives you an idea of what you need to do. So, and there's also like, even though there's the modules that cover these, you're so lucky to see that there are people who are willing to help you and answer your questions no matter what you need. So I was really lucky because at one point I needed some assistance because I was running out of time and I was like, oh my God, it's almost 6 months. I haven't got this all done yet. So I spoke with them and they helped me out. They were like, look, you're going to be fine. This is how we're going to help you through. So the communication amongst the staff to the person doing the course is something I've not really experienced before. And I think that's something that really needs to be highlighted because, like, I don't know about you, but I've done courses before where, you enroll into the course and you never hear from them unless, they're like, hey, where's blah, blah, blah. But the following day after subscribing to the 120-hour course for English, I got a phone call and they were like, can you access the course okay? Is everything all right? So I logged on to my student stuff and I was like, yeah, everything's here, that's fine. And it was them asking me if I had any questions and stuff, and it felt really genuine. And I was like, oh, I can do this. There are people here who are willing, if I have issues, to answer them. And what I think was even more astonishing is when I completed it, I got a phone call the following day to say, hey, congratulations. And from there I was like, oh, this is really sweet. I wasn't expecting this at all. But I want to point out is that they're always willing to grow and learn themselves, because on that same phone call, they were asking me how I felt taking the course on their website, on their app, which worked for me, but you know, I have my opinions. I'm a thinking person. I was like, but I think this is how you could improve it that bit more. So to be on the end of where, you know, they're willing to hear your information, hear your critiques, not that they were really critiques, but, you know, just, hey, here's a tip to improve your website, but then to also just, you know, have a laugh with the person as well, and then everything that they continue to want your success after you complete that course. Because going from here, after I studied it and got through it, I'm going to like try my hand at teaching online. The world is literally my oyster right now, but I can't go anywhere. So being able to sit down, find some websites that are covered in some of the other courses, and then apply myself to those and see if this is something that I really want to do, which I don't know if you've noticed, I can talk a lot already. So I think we'll be fine, you know? So I'm more than likely, because of all of the help that they've offered, I will be going down the teaching online route, at least for the foreseeable future anyways. And I would honestly recommend this to you if you've gotten through this 6.5 minute video of me rambling on. I would recommend sitting down, going, and if you still have reservations, you can email them, you can call them, and the person who answers that phone is going to be more than willing to help you. That much I can guarantee just from experience alone. So have a great day. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.